Hello everyone, welcome back in my channel. So I am Sachin Sirohi. So in this video, I will discuss about the Databricks Certified Data Analyst Associate. So those basically want to become the data analyst and want to make your career into the Databricks. So this video is helpful for you. Recently, I have cleared and successfully passed this exam. So I want to share my experience with you and what syllabus you have to cover, the area of the questions, and the useful practice question that will be helpful for you. So after completing this video, you will feel more confident like, yes, I have to cover this syllabus and this area of the question, that will be the more chances. So those basically want to become the data analyst in your any MNC company or in your existing organization. This videos and certification is also very helpful. So I want to move forward. So before moving forward, so those are basically new in my video or my channel, so can subscribe or like for some upcoming video related to some Databricks associate professional and so firstly I want to discuss the syllabus, the area of the syllabus, and the percentage wise Databricks basically defined here. Understanding of Databricks data intelligence platform, that is 11%, and managing data, that is 8%. Importing data like 5%, and executing queries using Databricks SQL and Databricks SQL warehouse, that is 20%. And analyzing query, that is 15%. Creating dashboard and visualization in Databricks, that is 16%. Obviously data analyst role, that is make some query and to execute them and to visualize some data. Developing, sharing and maintaining AI, BI, Genie space, that is 12%, and data modeling with Databricks SQL, that is 5%. Securing data is 8%. So these are the exam cover. So you have to cover all these syllabus topic. So now assessment detail, the proctored certification, number of the question 45, and time limit 90 minutes, and the registration fee, that is $200. Based MC, multiple choice. These are the some assessment detail. So now I want to move for the questions. First question, I have choose here most useful questions that will be helpful and you can test your knowledge. And before that, you should be aware about the Databricks, some Python related concept, SQL, BI related, and the structure and the hierarchy of the Databricks. Now the first question, data analysts need to run a complex heavy reporting workload, okay, that spike drastically at the beginning of every month. Okay, beginning of every month, they want to minimize query latency while ensuring they ain't paying for idle structure during the rest of the month. So which SQL warehouse type and feature should they utilize? So it is a scenario based question, like the analyst need to run a complex heavy reporting workload. So here the correct answer is B, serverless SQL warehouse with scaling multi-clustered enable. That will be the good thing, serverless. Okay, so why? The serverless SQL warehouse provide a fastest startup time, instant compute and rapid scaling. If you need something more, so it will be automatically scaling, and enabling multi-cluster scaling allow database to automatically add compute cluster to handle high concurrency spike at the start of month and terminate them immediately when demand drop, maximize cost. Next question, delta lake time travel. So if I'm talking about the time travel and the vacuums should be clear. So now the time travel, the data analyst accidentally run an update statement that corrupted a critical sales table. Okay, that corrupted critical sales table. They need to view the state of the table exactly as it was 2 hours ago to verify the damage date. Which of the following commands achieve this? So select star from system time of current time stamp minus interval 2 hours. So you just want to identify only the 2 hour ago. So that will be the good thing for this scenario base. Unity catalog should be clear. Medallion architecture should be clear. Bronze, silver, gold layer. Use of all these 3 layers. Now the same related question, that is Unity catalog. So an organization Unity catalog for data governance, data analyst want to grant a junior analyst. So want to grant the junior analyst access to read a specific table name, monthly revenue according to the Unity catalog 3 tier, namespace. What is the correct full qualification path to reference this table? So the correct path, that is catalog, schema, and monthly revenue, that is a table. That is a complete hierarchy. So where Unity catalog, and for the 3 tier namespace, catalog, schema, and the table name. That is a complete. So if I'm talking about to some previous, so no need to discuss like Meta Hive or something. Just focus on the Unity catalog. That is a good covered. Now, Medallion architecture, you are familiar in a standard Databricks Medallion architecture. A data analyst obviously mostly ask the scenario based question. You know, the main chances not to pick the definition, that is a scenario based question. A data analyst is tasked with building a dashboard for executive leadership that require highly aggregated, clean, and business level KPI metrics. From which layer of the Medallion architecture should this data dashboard ideally consume data? Okay, that is a goal. Final, we just want to consume the data for the analysis, some KPI, some visualization. That is a gold. And we are familiar with the gold layer contain the enriched, aggregated, and optimized data, tailored business intelligence, analytics, and final reporting dashboard. Bronze contain raw data, and silver contain the cleans and confirmed data. Databricks SQL visualization. So a data analyst has written a query in Databricks SQL that output data daily website traffic over the last 365 days. So the data analyst want to design a dashboard. So they want to build a visualization that highlight the overall upward trend while smoothing out while volatile daily weekend drops. Which visualization configuration is best suited for this? A bar chart group by day, a line chart with a moving average aggregation, or weekly winning. That is a line chart, moving aggregation. So we just want to show this. So line chart ideal for displaying the trend over time and using the moving. So should be well prepared regarding to the chart like bar chart, line chart, pie chart, Gantt chart, per chart. There are some statistical chart. So all chart use should be clean. ANSI, SQL compliance in Databricks. By default, Databricks SQL operation in ANSI compliance mode. What is the expected behavior if a data analyst attempt to insert a value like 1, 2, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into a column? Define the varchar size is 3. We have a size 3, but we just want to ingest the value till to 6. So Databricks SQL throw a runtime exception and a transaction fail because the size is less. Under ANSI SQL standard, Databricks SQL use by default assigning a value that exceeds the defined character length or the numeric precision result in an explicit runtime error exception rather than silent transaction. We are familiar with the size and all the stuff. Basically, SQL should be strong and data visualization concept should be strong, and the Databricks fundamental knowledge should be strong as per the expectation for the data analyst. Dashboard versus legacy dashboard. Okay, now the comparison between dashboard versus legacy dashboard. A data analyst wants to create a new interactive report in Databricks SQL. They need a tool that support modern draft publishing workflow, grid-based layout, and allow user to securely view static data snapshot without requiring access to the underlying SQL warehouse, which to they. So here the correct answer is C. Lakeview dashboard now known simply as. So Databricks modern dashboard, formerly Lakeview, feature a modern WIS editor. What you see, what you get, what you get. Distinct draft published capability, clean grid design. This is the explanation of this question. Next, Delta Lake optimization. Delta. So data analyst noticed that a frequently querying Delta table has degraded performance due to a high volume of small file generated by streaming update. Which command should be analyzed to run merge this small file into larger optimize? So that is a optimize and table name. That will be the good command to optimize the. If I'm talking about the Delta table, so the optimize command compact small data file into large target size, typically 1 GB to improve query. Next question. Delta sharing via Delta sharing. Same. Sorry, data sharing via Delta sharing. A data analyst needs to securely share read-only data table with external client who does not have a Databricks account or workspace, don't have any data. Which capability should they use? Delta sharing, open sharing. Delta sharing, open sharing model. Those client don't have any external or have any Databricks. You just want to share only. So Delta sharing is open protocol developed by Databricks to secure sharing. Data sharing. The open sharing workflow allow data provider to share the receipt regarding the whether the Databricks providing secure URL like Python, Power BI or Excel. Delta sharing, open sharing mode. Now, so if you have any query related to this analyst exam, so you can ask me and you can write a comment. You can ask your related query. Definitely I will reply. So filtering data using Windows function. A data analyst want to find the single most recent order of every individual customer. So from an order table, which SQL query correctly use the window function to accomplish? Okay, so we are familiar with the Windows function like rank, dense rank. Okay, so here the same partition by. So here the correct answer is CT. So we have created a CT like with rank order as select star from. We are providing the row number. Okay, and our partition by customer ID and order by order date. So according to the we just want to sort according to the order date wise into the descending and the customer. This customer ID, if the customer ID is 1, so that it provide a row number. We just want to show that all the rank here the row number, that will be the correct answer of the D. So you are familiar with the row number. If you are not familiar, so let us take a topic regarding to the dense rank and row number. So Windows function row number cannot be evaluated directly where clause because they happen before windowing. Okay. So here the correct answer is this topic is also very useful and trigger should be clear and transaction, CT, view, stored procedure, basic SQL joins, multiple joins in duplicate situation and some constant, some validations, some primary foreign key, some candidate key should be clear, Python concept, some visualization, some chart. So these are the basic expectation for the analyst level. Okay, so I just want to end my this video. So please like and subscribe with your friends. So those are basically planning to give this analyst level exam. So I just want to end. Thank you very much for watching this video.